Welcome everybody. Welcome to our third tutorial. On this one we're going to add some structural members and some footings to our grid. Okay, so let's get started. So at this point all of you should have the grid made ready, and so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is select the orbit option from my navigation bar and just offset it a bit so I'm able to select all this individual points. And every time, as you can see right now, orbit is selected and it's staying on the orbit, and if you want to get out of it, just press the escape key. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is add structural members. Actually, let's first things first, let's switch our layer, because we've drawn the grid on the grid layer and now we're going to draw some footings. So go right over here under the structure, and on the layer section on the drop down menu choose footings. Perfect. So we're on footings. That means the footings layer is our current layer. So you're going to click on the footings, and once you click on it, as you can see, it's going to ask you to specify the insertion point, but we haven't defined what the footing or what the size of the footing is. So every time you make an any kind of option, choice or command or anything on AutoCAD, the command line at the bottom, it's always going to give you extra options. So always make a habit of reading it. It says specify the insertion point of footing, or you can click on settings. So the settings, let's decide simply here, it's a concrete setting. I'm going to use the ASTM standard because that's what I'm familiar with. Length of 600, width of 600, depth of 600. Why not? Just for the argument's sake. Okay, click OK, and let's define one of the points. Okay, perfect. That's good. And so it just made one, but that's perfectly fine. We can just select it, and here I'll show you guys how to use the copy. The easiest way to use the copy command is start typing CO or COP. See, first option is shows up as copy. One thing awesome about AutoCAD is anytime you want to do something, let's per se you want to rotate something, so just start typing. You don't have to select anything. Row, and see, rotate shows up. It will show up right by the cursor, and so you can choose which one applies to you and read the command line. It would give you instruction on how to do it, or if you just hover your mouse over it, it'll give you more information. And then if you wait a couple of seconds, it would even get you'll get a bigger information, like so, as you can see in the screen. And then you can also press F1 for more help, and their help is actually very good. I mean, they walk you through it, how to do anything. So but currently we're just going to use the copy. So let's choose CO and select that. First thing it asks, read your command line. It says select objects, so you can select one object or multiple objects. Right now we're just going to choose one object, so we have just selected that, and then it keeps on saying, because it wants you to select more if you want to. So just press enter, then it will give you the second option. It's going to say specify base point or displacement mode. So we're just not going to worry about displacement and mode right now. We're just going to specify the base point, so we're going to choose that as the base point. And now you can just drag it to each of those base points, as I'm doing right now. And don't worry if your box is jumping about a bit. Just make sure this green thing pops up and your cursor is kind of snapped onto that, and it will go there. Just copy them just like I am showing it here, and because that will represent what our structure will eventually look like. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and then press enter or escape to get out. Now as you can see, we have a little protrusion over here and this little bit. So now we have our structures, the footings done. Now here I will show you an important thing. Right now you're in if you go on the structure palette again and on the parts section, there's a little drop down box here that says shape mode. It's on shape mode. If you go on line mode, so it will only show a cross-sectional representation of your footing or any structural member, really. In that case, only one huge advantage of that is if it's not the actual 3D representation, then you're able to select all the points, all the nodes easily. Otherwise, usually the 3D objects are in your way of selecting their center lines and whatnot. So we're just gonna keep it on the line mode here, and the next thing we're going to do is add some structural members. Okay, first things first, we'll go to the structures and layers section and quickly switch to layers, structure layers I mean. Okay, so now this indicates that structures is our current layer. We're going to click on member. Again, the moment I click on member, it asks me to specify the start point. But if you go to your command line there, you would see there's a setting options. We're going to go to the settings and we're going to choose a structural member. Now, I'm not knowledgeable at all on the DIN standards for structural I-beams, so I'm just have selected one in random. If you are more knowledgeable, you can choose the one that would, or if you're a structural engineer, you should probably know which one should go on that, and choose one and pretty much click OK. Now it would ask me to specify a starting point, so I'm going to click there, click over there, go across there, and go all the way down there, and press enter to get out of that command. Now here you would see another line mode. So all it is a cross-sectional representation of your structural member. So all it shows that, okay, there is a beam there. So if you want to see it, go back to shape mode, and voila, you can see your structural member there. So let's zoom in. As you can see, there's some interruptions and whatnot. We will fix that on our next video, but on this video we're just going to place our structural models and deal with the editing and cutting and joining later on. Okay, so escape to get out of orbit mode. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy these three members 3 more times along this line. Okay, so again, I have selected them. Press CO. Oh, see, here's the point. Now if I were to select a point, I can't really tell if it's the exact grid point or what am I selecting. So that's why it's always beneficial to go back to line mode. Perfect. So now I can still select my structural members by clicking on those. I have selected all 3. Perfect. Now I'm going to enter CO. Copy is going to ask me to specify the base point. Now I'm going to specify this base point. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to copy it 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times. Enter, escape. And now, so we have those 4 little what can I say, little arches are done, and now we have to do the one protruding there. Let's go ahead, click on member again. We're gonna start here, go there, go there, go to the end, enter. We're gonna have to put a couple of members here, one across there and one across there. Enter. Oh, and we need to also do this once. Okay, so start over there. Don't worry if you're having trouble following through. I will show you exactly in shape mode what it should look like, then you can figure it out yourself. Now if you on the model space, if you just right click, you can see you can repeat your last used command or function that you use. So for me it was my member, or you can also see your most recent used commands as well, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm gonna just finish this off quickly, enter, and let's show you in shape mode what it looks like. So perfect, and now you can see what it should look like. All I have done is put some structural members there. Perfect. And the last thing we need to do is put structural members along this little lines here at the bottom, where we can put a grading for a walking area or or just equipment area and whatnot. Oops, I forgot to put it in line mode. Let's go into line mode. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start, why don't we start there, there to there to there to there, there to there, there. See, object snap is actually rather useful. Otherwise, your drawings will never be perfect, really. And I still need to do the internal bits. I'm going to repeat that again from there to there. Enter, repeat, enter, repeat. Let's repeat that. Okay, press escape to get out, and let's take a look at our final model for this tutorial video. Okay, so as you can see, we have this little I'm gonna say L-shaped, inverted L shape, and we have the bottom bits. We have our footings. Now, like I said, there is lots of interruptions there. On the next video, I'll show you guys how to deal with that. If you do have any question, please ask me in class or through the YouTube comment or anything you feel like. Okay, see you next time.